Hi, so my name is Yisu, and this is a group of artists that we've been working together since 2023. We worked on films and illustrations, various fantasy-themed artworks, and yeah, we all met in school, Emily Carr. And the show is about a post-apocalyptic post-apocalypse. It's about the world after humans is gone and what happens when plants take over, when creatures take over, and when the city is empty, like what happens afterwards. And it's heavily based on Rihanna's artwork. It's called Our Lost Future. It's her tribute to rebel against the system that is not made for the younger generation and how we want to express it in a colorful way. And it starts from the beginning of the show, which is the artist Monica.
Hello. So I'm Monica. I'm an illustrator, and I like to draw plant mutation humanoid characters. So so I first started these character designs just as characters themselves, but then working together with this group, we made like the apocalyptic decaying world. So I put my character in that world in this painting over here. So we have some of the buildings on the sides, which goes nicely with Erin's work, which is a transition piece to the more urban cyber world.
Hi, my name is Erin Beleno. I am a digital illustrator, artist, and filmmaker. My piece, as Monica said, is that I am kind of the bridge between nature and the city. So my piece is very much focused on kind of the transit and travel aspect that comes with cities. Using the old TransLink bus passes, I have this piece called Destinations, which explores personal and self-identity crises, and in what remains is a spiritual successor as well as just continuation, focusing more on society, on architecture, on what happens when humanity is gone and nature is taken over. What remains is the scars that we leave behind, but as well as the artistic marks, whether it be on walls or in galleries. When everything's broken, art still shines through. And my piece was, again, to transition more towards the cyber, the city, leading to Rihanna.
Hello, my name is Rihanna Blando. This is all of my work as well. My ideas span from the hyperfixation of the game called Cyberpunk 2077, where it's set in the future dystopic world of high-tech and corruption from corporations, mainly corporations and also the government. So right here is like kind of one of my favorite pieces. It's mainly all tech stuff within the bathroom, like looking into someone's home of all the technology. And then, of course, all the artwork on newspapers is a collaboration between all of us to help tie in just all of our artworks together. It's mainly like, it's like the example you walk around the world and then you see graffiti everywhere. Mine kind of helps like spread the message of, hey, wake up. There's a lot of corruption going on, and if we don't do anything, then we're left with absolutely nothing, which is my title of Our Lost Future. We want to fight back against the system and kind of rebuild what we were like taught and like talked about, like our future being bright, equality, being together, but right now it's just crashing into the ground, it's just being down. But with artwork, we help spread the message of, hey, we are able to do something. If we act now, then our future will become brighter, which is like all the colors. I want the future to be bright instead of being dark and just all dusty, gray, black, white, just mono colors of nothing. So yeah, colorful work. And we also help tie us into Sue's work, where we, again, another collaboration piece. We all worked on it, and then just a bunch of more graffiti colors to help tie my work to Sue's work, which is leading into the more creature and crow section.
Yes, my name is Yisu Lee, and my hyperfixation is urban structure and as well as crows, as you can see. So this book is where it all begins, where I start exploring the in-between moment, the dissociation experience that we go through daily. And so this book is about a non-hero goes on a hero's journey, and they do a bunch of pretty mundane tasks, but within that mundane moments, there's always moment to capture. So it's been really cool to be able to capture that in between stage of our experience. So moving on, this is my creature. It's a crow guy. It initially started as a sketch that I did randomly, but then I took it out one day because I found crow is a perfect representation for the residents of cities like Vancouver, and because you see crows everywhere in the city, and they are always watching, they're always creeping, and I thought it's kind of neat to draw them as a character. This series of work kind of explores what happens after crows take over the empty city, and they are doing their thing. They're sometimes interesting, and sometimes just the in-between moment of taking a transit. And yeah, it's my reimagination of the post-apocalyptic world. And what I really love about this show is that we're able to collaborate a lot, and all of our work kind of ties together, and there's layers of narrative that we overlap. And as a group of artists, we're a really tight-knit group, so I'm glad that we're able to make this happen.
So in the end, our goal with our artwork is to help inspire people create their own artwork instead of falling into the cookie cutter of like what people expect when they think about illustration and especially photography. My goal is to help inspire other photographers to do what they want with their own photos instead of, falling into cookie cutter expectations of regular photography.
What I want to say about the show is that I have been taking I've been dabbling my feet in the fine art world, and I realized there's very few illustration representative works, because a lot of people do believe that illustration doesn't belong in the gallery space. But I think gallery art it's the type of art that should be open and accessible to everyone, to any artist, any type of art form, and it's a freedom of expression. And yeah, and I'm glad our show is able to make that happen a little bit, and yeah.
I want people to think about the plants in the world and how much our structures are taking over. If we do too much damage to the world, then the plants will also take over at the end. And over here I have a magnolia, and I made her a giant because magnolia trees have very giant flowers and they're very old as well. So they go back in history a lot, and I believe that they will continue to survive in history.
So the Cyber Decay show is up from August 8th to August 29th, and it's open to the public every Thursday and Saturday. On Thursday it's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays are 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and we're excited to see you there.